Om Shanti, Shireen, then this is the Ohio family, and we are so delighted as always to see you. And we are just looking forward to your Golden Age presentation. We are just always looking forward to what you have to tell us, teach us, empower us with. Please go ahead, and this is yours. This is all yours. Yes. Thank you.
Is the drill still going on? Can someone fade it out?
Drill is going on. It's not, is it not from you? Because we thought it's coming from your end, so we were just kind of waiting for you to stop it. Okay.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
That was a misunderstanding. It was not intentional.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
So we have the Golden Age presentation. And yesterday, last Sunday, we were talking about the physical structure of the Golden Age. We were talking about how it is, the Golden Age is divided. I divided the presentation into physical structure and the human systems, how human systems operate and how the physical structure operates. And last Sunday, we actually just went through half of the physical structure. And so this Sunday, we will go through the rest of it. The thing about the Golden Age is, based on last Sunday, if any of you have any questions, any comments before we start, and I'm going to share my screen, so go ahead and let me know. All right, so tell me, angels, you have any comments, you have any questions from last week's presentation?
Om Shanti, Shireen Ben. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was really beautiful. I had a few questions and those were answered in the presentation. No follow-up questions. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
No question, Shireen, sister. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the rest of this is about the physical structure of the Golden Age, right?
So Shireen, there's one question from Sulva Ben. Sulva Ben, can you speak up a little?
No, Didi, I said that I don't have any questions, so we don't have
okay.
any questions.
Okay.
Sorry, Didi.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The deities will be living in big palaces. There will be no thorns there. They are gardens. That is a garden. They do not burn wood, etc. there. When you burn wood, it creates smoke, and that brings feelings of sorrow. There we live in a small portion of the world, and later on expansion takes place. And so one of the things we have to understand about the Golden Age is about language, right? And language is very refined, and it's, even though Baba says it's kind of a refined Hindi, but it won't be any language. Nothing that we have here will go into the Golden Age. So it will be a very different language. It won't be Sanskrit, it won't be Hindi. It will be a very different language in the Golden Age. And so one of the things that we have to remember about language is language evolves over time, right? And the language that we have today really reflects the very end of the Iron Age. And I will give you an example. When we say that the that there'll be so many there's so many kinds of what would you call it, um, mental illnesses, right? There's so many kinds of mental illnesses, and let's say 500 years ago, if you went and asked someone, um, are you schizophrenic or whatever, they wouldn't have understood because those words were not there at that point. And so if you go back, right, if you go back 5,000 years, there is no sorrow. That means there is actually no word for sorrow. And so there is no kind of sorrow. So there's no today, and that is what today Baba was saying in the Murli, where he was saying in the beginning of the Murli that there is no worry, there is no duality between fikr and fakur, he was saying. So though all of those things don't exist in the golden age, so there's absolutely no sorrow. And so every aspect of life in the golden age is without sorrow. And so here Baba is saying that there won't even be thorns, that there won't be any trees with thorns. They won't burn wood because that also creates sorrow. And also they live in a very small portion of the world, which really is current day India, but also not just India, it's around that northern part of India, which includes Pakistan, Afghanistan, Russia, that part, that part of India. And so everyone, our Baba says, along the banks of the river Jamuna, that's all, we will be just around there from in a very small portion of the world, and the rest of the world will be empty. It is not with this gold that your houses will be built. There you will have everything new, a new world where new crops will grow. Everything will be first class. And so Baba has said here and in multiple times that our houses will be built of gold. And so, where is that gold coming from? And so, they will be fresh gold, actually. The mines will be full. And my understanding is, this is just my churning on it, is deep inside the earth, there must be a lot of gold. And all of that will come to the surface, because where will the gold, matter, and the soul and matter and all of that can neither be created nor destroyed, right? So matter changes. And so where is that matter coming from? So the matter must be coming from deep underneath. And so that's something to think about. But in the golden age, all our palaces will be everyone's house, right? Not just the palaces of the king and the queen, but everyone's house will be built of gold. And everyone's house will be beautiful. Everyone will be happy. No one will have sorrow. It's not just the king and the queen and the Maharaja and the Maharani, but everyone will have that. So everyone will have a beautiful first class life. There, everything, the whole land, the ocean belongs to you. There you eat very pure food, whereas here people cut up animals and eat them. Such things do not happen there. And so forget about human beings, right? Human beings, of course, are vegetarian. In the golden age, all human beings, every human being, every single one, but not just human beings, even animals will not eat each other. So every single living creature in the golden age is nonviolent. And that is something very powerful. And that is why, animals in the golden age won't have fear, because they will not have the fear that someone's going to come and eat it. And to be able to go to that world, how much nonviolence we have to practice in our own lives to be able to go to that world of nonviolence. So everything, right? Everything belongs to us, and everything is pure. what we eat, what we wear, what we talk, everything, our drishti, our attitude, everything is pure. And, um, and everything belongs to us. And everyone in the golden age will feel that they are masters of the world. It's not just the Maharaja and the Maharani, but everyone will feel that they are masters of the world. And so this is an artistic representation of the golden age. So here we have this one and the one before this one also. An artist drew, and I think this is in Gyansarovar in one of the art galleries somewhere in Madhavan. I took the pictures from there. So this one, and if you see the birds, how different they look. So everything will look very different in the golden age. And this one also, and if you see the bird there, looks very, very different. And so everything will be very different than what we see here. Because I always feel, let's say like 1,000 years ago, right? If you looked outside, not at your smartphone or your computer, but if you looked outside 1,000 years ago, possibly trees look like that, the ground looked like that, grass looked like that. You know, everything looked like that, right? It's not going to look different. But in the golden age, it's not like that. In the golden age, the ground will look different, the tree will look different, the birds will look different, everything will look different. In the golden age, farmers won't have to work hard to grow crops because everything is fertile. Everything will naturally be sweet, even the wheat and rice. And so, you know, we here in Florida have very sandy, especially in the center, we have very sandy soil. And so for anything to grow, we have to really work hard. You know, we are trying to grow a vegetable garden and you have to put them in pots and you have to get good soil and you have to keep fertilizing it, all of those things. But in the golden age, farmers, they don't have to work hard. They will just throw the seeds and it will fall on the you know, ground and it will grow. So no one is working hard in the golden age. Everyone is you know, everyone is really enjoying. And so I always think I think I wouldn't mind being a farmer in the golden age. It's something I would like to do. Um, I would really like to dance and sing and paint, but apart from that, every once in a while, I don't mind going and throwing a few seeds and things growing and, you know, everything looking fine. And, you know, things are just so naturally easy and things like that. So, and maybe in Ohio, things grow easy, like you just throw seeds and it'll grow, but not here. In the golden age, for sure, you could throw seeds and things will grow. And they will be different, actually, grain, even though we might have wheat and rice, I'm not sure about wheat and rice, um, but we will have different grains, we will have different fruits, we will have, everything will be different. Everyone will have their own first class garden. The flowers there will be first class. Even the air will be first class. It will be constant spring. So the weather will not be too hot, nor too cold. It will always be constant spring. And the other thing I like is everyone has their own garden. So there won't be any high rises and people living on one on top of the other, but everyone will have their own garden. And so here we have the gardens of the golden age, and you see the people there dancing in the golden age. I always see myself doing that. You know, every time I sit down and spin the cycle, or every time I think about the golden age, I think I am dancing, because that is so beautiful. And I feel that is the memorial of the Rasa Leela that people talk about in Bhagavatam, because it is such a beautiful expression of people's happiness, our happiness in the golden age. And so there are a couple of things I want to draw your attention to in this picture. I don't know, maybe in part two, I speak about Vimans, but can you see my cursor? Do you see the Viman there? It's on top, right there. I want to draw your attention to that one, right here, the Viman. And the other thing I want to draw your attention to is the lights on the building. You see the lights? And so, or the lights on the building and also lights everywhere. Baba will talk about lights very soon. And also the Viman will be powered by nuclear energy. And Baba has said that it will go very fast at the speed of thought, at the speed of sound and at the speed of thought. But right now we have 2 Mach. We have airplanes that go at 2 Mach. 1 Mach is the speed of sound. And so 2 Mach is twice the speed of sound. We have airplanes that go twice the speed of sound. And so all of this technology that is very advanced technology, whether it's fusion, 2 Mach speed airplanes, or whatever, all of those will be used in the golden age. And the lights, I don't know if he spoke about earlier lights or Baba will talk about lights as we come. But one of the things about lights is that lighting also is through nuclear energy. And so, and the light bulbs that we have here will not be light bulbs there. Somehow we will make use of diamonds, we will make use of stones like diamonds to as light bulbs. You know, how that technology comes about, I don't know, but Baba has, of course, not gives us the detail of the technology, but that's what's going to happen. It will be, light will be very different than the light here. The electricity will be very different. It won't be wires and all of those things. There is no such rubbish in the golden age. What a difference between these cows and the cows of the golden age. It is not Krishna who looks after the herd of cows there. Even the milk comes to them in helicopters. So those helicopters that Baba is talking about is Vimanas. And those Vimanas, that's what an aeroplane is called in a Vimana. And that is how the milk will come. And so even the cows, no, they won't be like, you know, the cow shed, wherever it is, it won't be that Krishna will be taking care of cows. Of course not, he's the prince of the golden age, but it will be far away from the palace. It won't be anywhere close. And wherever it is, right, there won't be dirt and there won't be cow dung and there won't be all of that going on. Everything, that is what Baba is saying here. There is no such rubbish in the golden age. The difference between the cows here and the cows of the golden age, even though cows here are very, very beautiful, they're some of the most beautiful animals. You know, if you look at their eyes and everything, they're really beautiful. But they are different. Even the animals will look different. The cows will look different, everything. And so it is not Krishna who looks after the herd of cows there. Even the milk comes to them in helicopters. Even the cereals, so this is not our breakfast cereals, but like rice and wheat and things like that, will be very new. In the golden age, the whole land and the ocean will be yours. You will eat such pure food, and look what people eat here. In the golden age, even the animals love each other, and here you are brothers, so how much love should there be amongst you? And so what specifically Baba is saying is that even the animals will not eat each other. Forget us eating animals, but even animals won't eat each other. And the grain, you know, cereals is what Baba is talking about, the grain, they will be very new. And even now, no, there is a comeback of ancient grain. You know, they'll say, oh, spelt is an ancient grain, rye is an ancient grain, millet, you know, some many forms of millet are ancient grains, you know, farro is an ancient grain, and all of those ancient grains are coming back. And so these ancient grains, when they say ancient grains, means like whether it's farro or spelt or whatever, they are actually about 1,000 years old, maybe. But imagine in the golden age, how many different kinds of grains we will have and how beautiful they will be, and how pure our food will be. And there's no comparison between what people eat here and what people eat in the golden age. Nature, your creation, will create music by the movements of different types of leaves. The movement of leaves of the trees will create natural music. Nowadays, they create artificial music, but there the chirping of the birds will give you different kinds of natural music. They will play different types of games in front of you. So the birds, know, when Baba says that matter is your servant in the golden age, this is what Baba is talking about. That just by the breeze flowing through the leaves, by the birds chirping, all of that creates this beautiful music, and that will be very, very natural. And birds will come, and they won't be afraid. You know, you are not afraid of anything in the golden age, and they're not afraid of you. And so they come to serve you. The birds also will come to display different types of games in front of you. And so that is the harmony and beauty of all of the species. So not only there is harmony between human beings, but there is harmony between human beings and the natural world. And this harmony between human beings and the trees, human beings and the birds, and everything will be designed in such a way that it's very natural and very, very beautiful. And so this is another artistic representation of the golden age. They are peacocks there. There is a golden peacock and a regular peacock. And people. Everywhere, the minds will be full of luxuries, and each luxury will remain ever ready to give its happiness to each one. Trumpets of happiness will always be blowing automatically. There will be no need to blow them. And so here the mines would be the mines of all jewels, the mines of diamonds, the mines of gold. Everything will be full, right? Everything will be full. And so things will be very luxurious. Baba has said that you need wealth to be happy. In the beginning of this presentation, which we did last week, we spoke about that you need wealth to be happy. And that is the golden age, where everything is so luxurious, everything is full of luxuries, and everything is there to give us happiness. And so trumpets of happiness will always be blowing automatically. There will be no need to blow them. So everyone will naturally be happy. Acha. Now what will you drink? The fruits will have natural juice. There will be some fruits for eating and some fruits for drinking. You won't have to make effort of extracting the juice because each fruit will be so full. Here you drink coconut milk, and there in the same way you just pick up the fruit, press it a little, and the juice will emerge. So I want you to imagine your garden in the golden age, right? They will be fruit trees, and you can just walk into the garden, pick up a fruit, press it a little, and the juice will emerge and you will drink it. And each fruit tree, you will be different. The taste will be different, everything will be different. And so the fruits will have natural juice. So there will be some fruits for eating and some fruits for drinking. The water in which you bathe will have its own special importance, as does the water of the Ganga today. It will emerge from the springs, and because it is mineralized, it won't stagnate. Together with this, there will be beautiful herbs on the mountains there, and the water will become naturally fragrant as it passes through them. So I've been to the Himalayas several times, and I've especially been to Gangotri, and the Ganga glacier where Ganga comes from, And so, I've traveled all through where Ganga is coming. It's like a 9-hour car ride to go to the Gangotri glacier. And when you're coming down, coming down into Rishikesh, from the mountains, from Himalayas into there. So the Ganga is following you, and you realize that all throughout, from the top of the Gangotri glacier to Rishikesh, where it comes into the plains of India with the Gangetic plain, it's called the Gangetic plain. All throughout, you will realize that there are waterfalls everywhere. On either side, there are waterfalls. And so these waterfalls, what happens is this waterfall will goes through, even now, the waterfall goes through all of these different plants, right? There, water is falling, and the waterfall is going through all of these different plants, and it's coming down and it hits the Ganga. This water that is going through all of the different plants is coming and hitting the Ganga. And they come into the Ganga and they flow. They flow from there into first Rishikesh and then Haridwar, like that, into the Ganga plain, the Gangetic plain. And so what happens is that is why in ancient times, because of that water, right? Ancient times means in the Copper Age, not in the Golden and Silver Ages. In the Copper Age, that is why people said that if you bathe in the Ganga, if you had any kind of skin diseases, any of those things, then it will go away, because it's going through all of these medicinal plants, all the waterfall and everything. It's going through these medicinal plants and coming. And over time, they said, if you bathe in the Ganga, even the soul will become pure. But initially what they meant was, if you bathe in the Ganga, your body will become pure. But of course, people became body conscious, and then they said the soul will become pure. But that's what happens. And so in the Golden Age also, you have the Gangetic plain, and many, like we are actually on the river Jamuna, and river Jamuna right now is horrible. But the Gangotri glacier, right? This is the Gangotri glacier, and this is the Yamunotri glacier. So they're actually very close in the Himalayas. And so when the Yamuna flows, it flows like this, and the Ganga flows, it flows like this in India. So if you see India, they all come from that region above Uttarakhand, and this flows like this, and this flows like this. And so everything, all of the rivers, everything, all the water, everything will be mineralized, and there will be beautiful springs there. And so that, my dear angels, is the end of the physical structure of the Golden Age. So I want you to write about one thing that touched you from these teachings of Baba, these revelations of Baba. And one thing that you feel you will bring into your everyday life from the Golden Age, one attitude, one vision, one thing that you will think of, and how you will change your life. Sounds good? About, let's say, 5-7 minutes. Shubi, you have anything to share on this topic? Is this okay if we journal for just a few minutes?
Yeah, this is amazing. I love it. You please continue. I was imagining myself in golden age, and I can't even tell you how beautifully I was seated on a throne. That's my vision always, and I just always sit on the throne when I sit. So please go ahead. Yes.
So write about one thing that touched you from all of the previous, so far, what we have talked about in the Golden Age. So write about one thing that touched you, and one thing that you will make, you will bring, something you will do to bring this age closer. Because bringing this age closer is all of us, right? We have to do it. And the way we have to do it is we don't invest too much of our emotions into the old world, and then we keep bringing this closer. And also we keep thinking about it, we keep reminding ourselves, we keep meditating on it, and that's how we bring it closer. So just for a few minutes, I want you to journal. Sounds good? Okay. All right. So about till 5:55. Okay. Shanti. You need more time.
Om Shanti, Sister Shireen.
Om Shanti.
Yes. Um, when I sat and then just started imagining how the golden age will be, the first thing it came to me, there is no sorrow. I think that stayed from me from the last week, that there will not be any sorrow. So that's first came. Then I just imagined myself in all the greenery, walking, playing in the park areas. And suddenly, I don't know, it could be in my unconscious mind, but suddenly I see my logic father there who is no more, and I open my eyes. That's all it happened to me. Yeah. Mhm. That's it. So,
Great. Anyone else? So there is a question here. Who is eligible to go to the golden age? How long one to wait to go there? The second question, I don't know. It's not very long. I would say less than 50 years. But there is the confluence age, which is, Baba says, lasts anywhere about 100 years. And so the confluence age started in 1936. And so a little over 2036, little before 2036, the confluence age might get over. And then there is the golden age. There is a transition at the end of the confluence age and the beginning of the golden age, where things will transition from the old world to the golden age. And that transition period, I'm guessing, Baba hasn't spoken about it too much, so I'm guessing about 20 years, 30 years, like that. So I would say less than 50 years for the second part of that question. And the first part of that question, who is eligible to go? Everyone who makes effort to live in harmony now. Everyone that makes effort to overcome the vices like anger and greed and ego and lust and attachment and all of that. So everyone who makes effort for that, everyone who remembers Baba, everyone who becomes soul conscious, because to be able to live in the golden age, you can't say, oh, when I go to the golden age, I won't get angry. You have to be able to do that here. And so then you will be able to go there. So it's not just a few. I mean, there will be enough people in the golden age. So a lot of people will be making that effort, including all of you. My vision is that all of you will be there in the golden age. And because you are making that effort, you are making that effort to listen to this and to overcome your vices and all of that. So we should always think that I will be the one there in the golden age.
Didi, this is that's so wonderful to hear that we'll be all together in the golden age. What part? I mean, especially today, I really liked that everyone will be vegetarian. So to me, it means this divine virtue of ahimsa. Okay, so non-violence in really practiced in thoughts, words, and actions, and that to me also equates to love and harmony among all the living beings, humans, animals, birds, plants. Even plants would also would know how to how to behave kind of. And then also for me, it just brings me to reconfirm that I need to be in awareness of all the times about living in harmony and love. And you just talked about harmony, for all living beings. So that is the one that kind of, really influenced me the most. And the another one I had been thinking about a lot since I have known a few things about golden age, and is the equality and what's going on right now, and being so much into diversity, that equality among all, no discrimination. And love to hear that, those homes, houses, palaces, they all will be of gold. So then in itself shows that everybody would be happy, because there is no comparison. They all would be living in such a beautiful environment. So I think those are the things I liked. Thank you. Om Shanti. I kept looking at your smile. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Shireen. Thank you so much. What beautiful visions you have given us today. So, so grateful for that. I really liked the staying light part, that we do not have any kind of burden and we don't feel hard work in anything. So becoming Baba's child, that is the one thing that I have seen that I'm able to learn and practice, is not taking any kind of burden. So no hard work, no, labor, even in the things that used to feel like labor before. So that is something that really touched my heart. And when you said, crops grow easily and we just take a fruit and it becomes juice, and that just took my heart, because that is something that I really love. Also, no labor in health. So everyone is going to be in their perfect form. So my difficulty in this age is that I have a lot of, like I have celiac disease and I have all these, diabetes and things like that, that I have to constantly be doing hard work to control. So that would be something that I would really, really love to be in golden age for. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So we don't seem to have time today, but next Sunday, I'll be back, right? Angel, Shubi?
Yes, absolutely. We
So
cannot do
I'm
without
one
you.
more presentation on the golden age.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
that actually might go for 2 Sundays, but I'll see if I can finish in 1 Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, 1 Sunday, 2 Sunday, as long as you want. We are all here and we would love to keep absorbing. I just wanted to say that one day Brij Mohan Bhaiji, probably 2-3 years back, was talking about golden age in a short, class. And he said that even the trees have horizontal branches. They're not vertically. And he said when he had a vision of golden age, he saw in a river, there were, beautiful sparkling sand particles, which were like jewels. And he continued with quite a few things, but these were the only two I could remember. And as far as, the fruits which Sister Ashima was talking about, when Baba talks about Shubi Ras, I get very happy because it's my name. I say, Baba, I'm in the Murlis. Baba talks about Shubi Ras. And I was always enchanted with the Pushpak Vimans. And I visualize myself, always seated on a throne. I don't know why that vision comes to me. So I just feel good about it. I feel good about it. Yes. So thank you for taking us, for, transporting us to the golden age. And I am just so excited to hear your next class. Thank you for the time you give us, and you guide us, you empower us. I really feel very fortunate. We look forward to your Sundays. You take good care, and we'll see you again.
See you
Om
again.
Shanti. All of you can,
Yeah.
you know,
Om Shanti, sister.
Thank you, Didi.